Light is a form of energy. Light is needed to see things. We cannot see an object in the darkness of night. We need a source of light to make the object visible. We can detect light with our eyes. Objects which give out their own light are called luminous objects. Objects that do not emit light of their own, like chair, table, bird, plant, etc., are called non-luminous objects. Property of light by which it travels in straight lines is called rectilinear propagation of light. The process of sending back the light rays which fall on the surface of an object is called reflection of light. Most of the objects reflect the light falling on them. When this reflected light reaches our eyes, we are able to see the objects. Laws of reflection.
Terms related to reflection. A ray of light, when falls on a plane mirror, gets reflected. is the reflecting surface. Incident ray. The ray of light which falls on the mirror's reflecting surface is called the incident ray. The ray of light AO is the incident ray. The incident ray always goes towards the mirror. Point of incidence. The point at which the incident ray strikes the reflecting surface of the mirror is called the point of incidence. The incident ray AO strikes the reflecting surface of the mirror at a point O. Therefore, O is the point of incident. Reflected ray. The ray of light which is sent back after reflection by the mirror is called reflected ray. OB is the reflected ray. The reflected ray always goes away from the mirror. Normal. The normal is a line drawn at the right angle, perpendicular to the mirror surface at the point of incident. The dotted line ON is the normal to the mirror surface MM at the point of incidence O. Angle of incidence. The angle which the incident ray makes with the normal at the point of incidence is called the angle of incidence. Angle AON is the angle of incidence. It is represented by the letter I. I is equal to incidence. Angle of reflection. The angle which the reflected ray makes with the normal at the point of incidence is called the angle of reflection. Angle NOB is the angle of reflection. It is represented by the letter R. R is equal to reflection. The laws of reflection of light are as follows. The angle of incidence is equal to the angle of reflection. The incident ray, the normal and the reflected ray all lie in the same plane. Formation of images by a plane mirror. When we look into a plane mirror, we see our image situated behind the mirror. When we move towards the mirror, our image also moves towards the mirror. And when we move further away from the mirror, our image also moves away from the mirror. In every case, the distance of our image from the mirror is equal to our distance from the mirror. Let's prove this fact geometrically by drawing ray diagrams and using the laws of reflection of light. When object is a point source of light, a point source of light O is placed in front of a plane mirror PQ. The rays of light starting from point O travel in all directions. Consider two directions, OA and OC, starting from point source O, which obey the laws of reflection and get reflected along AB and CD. Draw normal to the surface of mirror PQ at the point A and C. Then draw the reflected rays at the point A and C. AB and CD are reflected rays. Extend them backwards. They meet at the point I. For a viewer's eye, at E, the reflected rays AB and CD appear to come from the point I. Figure 6.7. Since the reflected rays do not actually meet at I, but only appear to do so, we say that a virtual image of the point O is formed at I. If we join OI and measure OL and LI, it is found that they are equal. This proves that image is formed as far behind the mirror as the object is in front of it.
Regular and irregular reflection.
When we hold a plain mirror in front of us, we see our face in it. This is because the entire light that falls on the surface is reflected in a definite direction. Such a reflection is called regular reflection.
The phenomena due to which a parallel beam of light on striking a smooth, highly polished surface, like a plane mirror, is reflected back as a parallel beam of light is called regular reflection of light.
When we hold a cardboard in front of us, we are not able to see our faces in it. This is because the entire light that falls on the surface is reflected in all directions, irregularly, in a scattered manner. Such a reflection is called diffused reflection.
The phenomena due to which a parallel beam of light on striking a rough surface, such as cardboard, gets reflected in various directions is called irregular or diffused reflection. Differences between regular reflection and irregular reflection. Parameters, points of difference, nature of reflecting surface, reflected rays, image formation. Regular reflection. The reflected surface is smooth and highly polished, like a mirror. All the parallel rays reflected from a smooth surface are parallel. Images, like seeing our face, are formed. Irregular reflection. The reflected surface is not smooth but irregular, like a cardboard. All the parallel rays reflected from a rough or irregular surface are not parallel. Images are not formed. We cannot see our face on a rough or irregular surface. Multiple images. When two mirrors are inclined to each other at an angle, many images of the object placed before them are seen. This is because the image formed in one mirror acts as the object for the other. Many images formed in this manner are called multiple images. Kaleidoscope. The kaleidoscope is a device that uses reflections to produce patterns. It consists of mirrors inclined to each other. The mirrors form multiple images of objects in front of them. This creates beautiful patterns, which changes when the kaleidoscope is rotated or shaken. Dispersion of